Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am Coffee Break, and I am back with your last game for the night of Amateur Attack. We are here on MLG Test Bug. This is probably my favorite map of all time. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I love the 3 different tile sets. You have space, you have death. I don't know what to call it. This is technically lava tile set, and you have grass. It's all very nice to see. Sleepercells very upset already in this game as he did roll random and he got the one race that he does not play, Terran. So we'll be seeing Sleepercells as the purple Terran spawning on the right hand side here on MLG Test Bug. He is on the death side, the lava side. And up here in the top left, we have Mo spawning as the red Zerg player here on MLG Test Bug. I have met both these people in real life. Sleepercells, a very good friend of mine. Mo, an acquaintance that I went to MLG Orlando with. Mo, let me tell you, he is a great, great guy. Such a fun guy to be around. He's one of those guys that just, he's just inherently funny, which just pisses me off because I do not have that trait. I'm the one who just kind of makes an awkward comment and does that little afterward, and then it just doesn't really work out. Over here, Sleepercells, we know that he does love his Zerg and Protoss play. Terran play, not so much. We do have the wall off going down at the top of the ramp here. Very standard for a Terran player. Standard matter. We do have Hatchery first, the favored build of Idra, coming out of Mo at that 15 supply mark. So that is a 15 hatch, which will be followed up immediately by a pool as soon as we hit 200 minerals. Sleepercells over here, mining away. He's mining away. We have this barracks just finishing out. The wall off is complete with that supply depot there. It will be interesting to see if we will be seeing a command center first. Command center after ranks. It does not look like it, as we are seeing now. Well, I guess we could. I guess we still could. We are just getting a marine and an orbital command out. Do want to get that orbital command as soon as possible. Sleepercells opting to do it on the fairly standard 16 mark. And I mentioned this in an earlier cast, but I would like to mention that now a lot of Terran players are opting to go for a 13 or 14 orbital command pretty much right after that barracks finishes instead of the 16 command. Now, we do have, it looks like what's going to be a bunker rush coming out of Sleepercells. The bunker is just finishing up over here. This SCV in a great spot because it just makes the drone dance around. There was no cancel on the hatchery, so it looks like Mo is just going to try to defend this. There are 3 drones out now. This Marine, more likely than not, going to be able to get in. There goes the repair, and that Marine does get in. The drones tried to stop him. However, the spawning pool is now finished. There are 6 lings on the way. And now it's just going to be able to start poking away at the hatchery with 1 Marine against 1,500 health and 1 armor. This could take a while. Now, Mo is doing the smart thing. He knows that there's only 2 Marines in here. He should try to intercept that 3rd Marine, and he does. Yes, he does intercept the 3rd Marine, and now he's just going to save up some Zerglings, make sure that he can take this out in one fell swoop, and actually now we are getting the salvage from the bunker. Sleepercells knows that the shenanigan is over. He's not going to be able to do any damage, and he's just going to try to get into an ideal position and kill a couple of Zerglings before those all die. Over here, we do have a command center on the way for Sleepercells. He is denied mining at the expansion of Mo for such a long time. That's going to be very frustrating for our Zerg player. But yeah, not much else to say about that. The bunker rush fairly decent. We do have a bunker going down again somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. Where is that bunker being made? I don't see it around here. Ah, Sleeper, why you be trolling me and hiding a bunker on the map? I cannot find where that is. Am I just missing it somewhere? It's not finished. Oh gosh. You know you're losing it when somebody's building a bunker right on the top of the ramp and you completely miss it. Metabolic boost now on the way for our Zerg player, allowing those Zerglings to move faster. And on creep, Zerglings are like freaking lightning. It is ridiculous. It's difficult to even keep up with them. We do have one Zergling poking on the ramp, seeing what's going on. He does actually manage to get out of there with his life. He's not going to be able to poke up the ramp, though, as there are 4 Marines up here, and that is too much. And really, we could just pull off a couple SCVs and repair these supply depots anyway. Now, the wall is down, but the Zergling's out of position, actually running back home, killing this one remaining Zergling. So that Zergling did not get much of a scout. 3 racks fac. 3 racks factory. Fairly standard build. Looks like this command center should be being dropped fairly shortly, as we do have 2 bunkers going down on the low ground. And no, I do not need glasses. I have contacts in right now. I am just tired. I am just really, really tired. And I would also like to say that there was a Steam deal. There was a Steam deal. 75% off Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And since I don't have the $60 to pay for Skyrim, oh yeah. Yeah, I picked up Oblivion for $5, and I was totally stoked. That deal is now over, unfortunately, for all you just hearing about that. So, nonetheless, so that's where my mind kind of is right now. After this game, I'm going off, I'm resting my voice, and I'm playing Skyrim. It's Oblivion. I do have a choir concert tomorrow, so I'm trying not to shout too much tonight. But Idra vs. Puma, it's a pretty good match. It was a fun one to do. Stimpack on the way now for Sleeper Cells, and a Baneling nest on the way for Mo. That is a perfect response to Sleeper Cells build. So Zergling, Baneling, Roach, very, very good against Marines and bunkers. In fact, that is pretty much the perfect composition against Marine bunker. The only thing that you could do better is get some fungal growths in there, get some infestors down. We do have 2 reactors as well as a tech lab on the barracks, and for the factory we have a tech lab, so we will be seeing some siege tank play, and Sleeper Cells actually a little bit of supply blocks for just a moment there. The supply depots just now finishing up. So yes, not much going on here. We don't have any Banelings being morphed in. We do have Zerglings in position to morph into Banelings, trying to take down these rocks to get the watchtower. A Spire on the way, as well as ground carapace level 1 for our Zerg player. So, just kind of sitting back, both players willing to macro up. Mo should be taking a 3rd base fairly shortly here, and he is in position to take that 3rd base. Overlord coming around the top to get the scout off into Sleeper Cells' base. First siege tank now done. Siege check just about to finish up. Stimpack also just about to finish up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a push out once Siege Tech and Stimpack finish it up. Sleeper Cells may wait for another tank or 2 to come out. However, I wouldn't say it's necessary. 2 tanks is enough to start doing a push, especially when there is so little creep. In fact, there's only been 1 creep tumor made on this map, and that was just to connect to the 2 bases. Very important to connect these 2 bases. Almost just as important to push out with that creep, though, which allows your army to be reinforced faster, slows down Terran pushes, and allows you to get the surrounds on that Terran army. Now we're finally getting some Banelings morphing in, so I'd expect to see a little bit of action shortly here, except that all those units are rallied back to the main of Mo. So I take that back. There will not be much of a push out, and these Banelings could get caught off guard by all these Marines, or to be the Marines being caught off guard by the Banelings. I don't know exactly how that one goes. Now, nothing happening. Sleeper Cells just pushing out, might look to take a 3rd base fairly shortly here. But we are getting a lot of unit production out of Mo now. Roach is now being made. We have 8 Roaches on the field over there. 8 Roaches on the field total, as well as 8 Banelings and a few Zerglings. Don't forget that Spire Tech is up as well, though. A scan goes off, an absolutely awful scan. I don't know if Sleeper Cell really saw anything. He does see a bit of the Zergling Baneling army right there, and decides to go ahead and engage that. Puts the stim down on the Marines, and stims back, and those Banelings completely ineffective, all blowing up on the tank, doing absolutely no damage, and Sleeper Cells cleaned up that entire army of Mo, and now he is in a very good position. Mo, doing his Homer Simpson impression right there. The harvester count actually heavily favoring Mo, 61-30 in that right, so Mo definitely has the better economy, twice as much income. However, Sleeper Cells in a fairly good position, all things told. Could use to get a couple of medevacs out, I think, as his Marines are stimmed down on health getting that reactor on the starport now. Now we do have the push out coming from Sleepercells. These tanks sieging up just a little bit late. Now they are going to be able to take out these roaches, I think. One tank does go down. The Marines re-stim, so the Marines at half health now will be able to be taken out very easily by all these roaches. The Zerglings are now coming in to get this round on those Marines. Marines getting to a very good position. They're all going to die, but they're going to do a maximum amount of damage before all of them do fall. That was a very good positioning by Mo and by Sleepercells, but Mo just with the superior army and recognizing the overstim in that scenario. There was not much Sleepercells could do. He is now behind by 25 supply and a base, so he's going to be hurting a little bit here. Mo, once again, just happy sitting back on his 3 bases, macroing up a little bit. Looks like he is looking to do a little bit of a push out. Does not have much. I would not recommend engaging with this army at all. We do have quite a bit of army value from Sleepercells here, as once again, you have to remember that a lot of this supply is army and not those workers. We actually have a greater army value for Sleepercells in that right, in the fact that he just has less workers, and so this supply count is a little bit misleading. If Sleepercells wanted to push now, he could actually do a little bit of damage. Actually, there were 13 roaches on the way, so I take that back. Mo will soon have the army advantage in that right. Siege up from the tanks. Now pushing forward the Marines. We do have a little bit of medevac support this time around, though, which will be very helpful. Mo now supply blocked with the depth of that single overlord right there, and it looks like we might finally be seeing our engagement, as we are seeing the slow tank push moving up just ever so slowly for Sleepercells, taking that watchtower. Now the Zerg army just decide to go in and engage. A nice scan there, but it doesn't really do much. Now the Zerg army is able to take out 2 of the tanks that were pushing up, and Sleepercells is going to have to fall back and try to get a little bit more tank power, as losing those 2 tanks, a very big deal right there. Mo, with that slight creep spread there, able to see those 2 tanks take up the watchtower and able to take that out with minimal losses. That was a very good play by Mo. Now a lot of Marines, a single SCV inside of this medevac, supposedly there to repair the tanks. We do have 2 more tanks on the way, and a few reinforcing units. Just Marine tank here. Now these Zerg is moving up again. One of the siege was on one of the siege tanks was on siege. We do have the stim from our Terran player now, but it looks like, oh my goodness, now we have infested Terrans being dropped all over this army. That's going to be the extra firepower that Mo needs, and these are going to be able to take down this tank's health. The tanks are going to fall very easily now. 1 tank does go down. Now we are going to have another engagement from Mo here, pushing up, taking out that last tank. Now the Marines still alive though and able to do a lot of damage, taking out a lot of roaches, taking out a couple of infestors as well, and those are not units that you want to lose. And now the pickup by Sleepercells and flying off, but 123 to 64 supply, and Sleepercells is once again in an even worse scenario than he was before, as Mo has now taken his 4th base, has a 3rd base up. Saturation needs to start pulling some drones down to the or pulling or making drones down at the 3rd and 4th base, and now it is 59 to 30 harvesters. Mo looking to be in a very nice position in this game. No 3rd base on the way yet for Sleepercells. It looks like he is content playing off of 2 bases. That has got to be on the back of his mind, as he is starting to get mined out in his main base. 127 to 82 supply. Once again, just not quite the supply that Sleepercells need to be able to push this. Now the army supply is going to be about 58 to approximately 100. Oh, that is not looking good for Sleepercells at all. We do see that minimal workers have been killed for both players, so that is not going to be much of a factor in this game. Is there any other tab I can show you guys just for the fun? There's units, army supply, units killed. Nope, not really. I guess we could look at the 8 p.m. if you really wanted to. Woo! Because that is a telltale of how good the players are. Very standard 8 p.m. actually, around that 70 to 65 to 80 mark, I would say, is where you really need to be able to do whatever he needs to. Sleepercells' main race is Zerg, and he also plays Protoss extremely well, as he used to be Protoss. Now, it looks like we are going to have the engagement. There's the scan to see the army. There are a lot of roaches here, though, getting good surface area, but need to move it just a little bit further. A lot of Marines going down, a lot of more roaches going down, though, as there are 4 siege tanks just shelling away. Now, the bottom line is beginning to fall. 2 siege tanks have gone down, now almost a 3rd. The top line has also been crippled, and all the Marines do fall, all the siege tanks cleaned up, and once again, Mo coming out ahead in this engagement, 123 to 64 supply, identical to the supply after his previous engagement. 4 base to 2 base play just does not favor a Terran player. He really needs to take a 3rd base, get a little bit more macro going, as he just does not have the income that he needs to be able to keep up with Mo in this game. Mo perfectly happy and just making Sleepercells starve. He is in position to check out to make sure when Sleepercells takes that third base that he can move up and take it out as well. A lot of Zerglings, and it looks like we have Zergling, Roach, and Fester on the field. That is a very good composition out of Mo. And Sleepercells, once again, just has a couple tanks back. A few Marines trying to remacro up an army, but he just does not have an income. And really, he's starting to get in a worse and worse position the longer he waits here. Now, we do have Corrupted on the way. I don't know if we have a Greater Spire yet. Yes, we do have a Greater Spire, so we are going to be seeing Zergling, Roach, and Fester with Broodlord. And these Zerglings are going to be able to scout this third command center coming down to take the third down here. And if Mo so desires, he will be able to take that out. The Zerglings, now, if he didn't even know before, he knows now as the Zerglings are actively engaged in that. 10 Banelings on the way for Mo as well. And with all these Corrupted on the field, he's going to be able to get massive numbers of Broodlords, which is going to just decimate this Terran army, as there is just no there's 2 Vikings on the field. There's just not enough to take out Broodlords quickly enough. The third base is caused to lift off, and nothing is going to be mining there. We are once again at 4 base to no. There is a little bit of a drop going on at the top of the map, but that's going to be cleaned up instantly by the infestors dropping off their infested Terran and cleaning up whatever Marines were in the area previously. There isn't one last push out for Sleepercells. I've got to imagine that this is going to be the last push out, as he is on 2 base and cannot secure a third. Now, there are a lot of Marines and tanks in this army. There are 6 tanks in the army. Broodlords are just now being moved in. They're in kind of a vulnerable spot on the map. There are a lot of Zerg units here. He didn't quite need to engage yet. Now, there is a full growth on the Marines, and Baneling hits, clean up all the Marines, and now there is a GG for Sleepercells, and Mo in this game taking a fast 3 bases and able to just mop the floor with Sleepercells. That game heavily in the Zerg player's favor. Sleepercells obviously does not play Terran as his main race, but Mo, a little bit unconfident before game and showing us afterwards that he can really just do some damage when he wants to.